Welcome to the WRAP Fall 2013 tutorial on finding and using encyclopedias on Lexis Advance. This tutorial will cover accessing American jurisprudence on Lexis Advance, using the table of contents to locate relevant sections, using keyword searching to find relevant sections, and reading an entry online. For purposes of this tutorial, we will use the following sample fact pattern. Your client's 7-year-old child, Molly, was walking down the sidewalk in front of the neighbor's house. The neighbor's dog, Sparky, was in the front yard behind the fence. Molly was banging a stick along the fence and calling to Sparky. Sparky was jumping for the stick and barking at the fence when Molly reached between the boards toward Sparky. Sparky bit Molly, breaking the skin and causing a puncture wound. Molly needed stitches, antibiotics, and may have scars. Your client wants to know if the neighbor has to pay for medical expenses. There are two main encyclopedias where you can find Minnesota law on Lexis: American Jurisprudence, commonly called AmJur, a general encyclopedia, and Donnell's Minnesota Digest, confusingly called a digest, but actually a Minnesota-specific encyclopedia. This tutorial will show you how to locate and search American jurisprudence, but the techniques will also work for Donnell's. When using Lexis, we recommend you use Firefox as your browser. Once you log in to the LexisNexis for Law School homepage, click on the Go to Lexis Advance bar on the top of the screen. It will take you to the Lexis Advance homepage. At the top right of the screen, click on the Browse Sources link. Notice the filters on the left. You can narrow the sources you are browsing to include only specific types of sources or to be jurisdiction specific. Because you know the title of the source you want to use the Search Sources box. As you begin typing American jurisprudence, the autofill begins suggesting publications to you, and American Jurisprudence Second appears. Click OK. Click on the title link American Jurisprudence Second, or AmJur Second. This gives you the option to view information for this source, a scope note, the option to add this source to the search, and the option to save this source as a favorite. You need to add this source to the search to use the red search box above to run keyword searches in AmJur Second. If you add it as a favorite, it will stay until you delete it. For now, just read the scope note and then click on the View Table of Contents link. There are two ways to search the table of contents: by skimming or by using the search box. Skimming allows the reader to see the topic in context, always helpful when dealing with an unfamiliar area of law or a new tool. Using our example of the dog bite, let's start by skimming the table of contents for the word animal or animals. Click on the blue arrow next to animals. By opening this topic, you can see a summary that might be useful in addition to an area that looks immediately relevant. Section 8, Liability for Injuries by Animals. I would read the summary and Section 1 in general to orient myself to the topic and the resource before delving into the narrow area I think is on point. You can also search the table of contents by keyword, in this case animals. Type animals in the gray search box and click Search. Your results include anywhere the word animals is mentioned in the table of contents. If you scroll to the bottom of the screen, you see how many pages of results you will need to scroll through. On the third page of my results, I do find the section I found when I skimmed the table of contents, Section 8, Liability for Injuries by Animals, but I haven't seen the summary yet or the In General section that could be helpful. To search Amger Second using keywords, click the gray Lexis Advanced next to the red search box on the upper right of the screen. This takes you back to the main screen and clears your previous selections. Click on the Browse Sources link again. This should return you to the screen with the links for American Jurisprudence Second and the View Table of Contents screen. This time, click on the American Jurisprudence Second link. Click on the Add this source to the search link. It will appear below the red search box above. Now type your search terms in the red search box. For the dog bite example, you could use dog bite and child. The second result is from the section we found in the table of contents, Section 8, Liability for Injuries by Animals, but it's not the whole section. I also don't see the summary or the In General section that could be helpful. There is a link under the summary to the table of contents, so we can see the context and surrounding materials if we click on the table of contents. Reading an entry online. When we open the entry, we see the author and the narrative explanation, which includes footnotes with cases. Scroll down to find other research references, including ALRs, restatements, and law review articles. The supplement at the end lists more recent cases. If you are having trouble locating relevant material in American Jurisprudence or Donnell's on Lexis Advance, remember you can always ask a reference librarian for help. We're available by chat, email, or stop by the reference desk for in-person assistance.